Purdue wins 87-68 over Iowa. Iowa looked like the little brother in this game that was just doing his absolute best to play with the big brother, but big brother just decided in this game there was no way little brother was going to win. Burke, this will make it the second podcast in a row that you'll probably have to say nice things about Purdue, but
Hey.
I'm sure it helps that Purdue was just in the chat saying nice things about Indiana.
Hey.
So what were some of your thoughts on this game, Burke?
Hilarious start for Iowa. That was insane. That first half was embarrassing for that squad. But I mean, Zach, it was just Purdue finding their footing after a shocking loss in Northwestern.
Were mad.
I mean, yeah, it was a lot of the same from them, but what they do often works. So, just Peyton Sanford laboring through 3 for 10 from the floor in that game. If he isn't able to like sink his shots in tandem with Crick like night after night, they are going to be struggling.
And that's just kind of the Iowa team. If the offense isn't there, what is there? You know, I mean, yes, they scored 68 points, but like that's like Maryland putting up 40 for Iowa. Right?
Yeah, Purdue bullied the hell out of them in this one, really. The second half was, I think, about the same amount of points for each team, but it was 44. Just Purdue mailing
I think Iowa
in.
won the second half by 2 points.
Yeah. But, I mean, when you get up by 21 points and a half, I guess you get to just mail in an entire 20 minutes of the game. So, good for them, though.
Sonny, what were your thoughts?
I mean, it just seemed like, we kind of kicked off the show talking about it, that, some maybe the players, the coaches kind of read on Twitter all the, here we go again with the Purdue team after that Northwestern game. And I knew Purdue minus 12.5 at home was going to be the lock of the season for me. And, it very well was. I made a very sizable bet for that Iowa game. It's, Iowa's just historically never played well in Mackey. Not that a lot of teams do, but if you take a look at the last few games, I mean, they've been getting blown up constantly. Purdue's just, they're the class of the conference right now. And, just talking about Iowa real quick, you were saying what you were saying, JR, and it just cracks me up. Like, is there any program that has such a stark difference between their football and basketball team than Iowa? Like, for the past decade, Iowa football is all about defense and let's see if we can get to 10. Whereas Iowa basketball is the complete opposite. It's always, the best offensive team in the Big Ten, but one that just didn't play defense. It's just, if you could kind of find a middle ground between the two teams, they'd have a bunch of conference championships by now.
Yeah, that would be a deadly team.
Just put Phil Parker on the Iowa basketball staff, and I'm sure they'll figure out some defense for that team.
Just hire Fran McCaffrey as the offense coordinator.
There you go.
Yeah, hey, after I was done ragging on Iowa, I still want to say they are the only team that Mike Woodson has left to beat, so I do give them that credit. So anyone listening, hey, you got me there, but we're coming for you.
Well, if Peyton Sanford goes 3 for 10 again, I think you might.
We have good chances if that's the case.
If that's the case. Zach Edey, 9 for 10, 7 for 9 on free throw. If your big man gets fouled as much as Zach Edey does and goes 7, there's no answer. There is no answer. If your big man is able to shoot nearly 70%, over 70% from the line, getting us fouled as much as he does, there's just no answer. Zach Edey continues to impress, continues to look like the runaway player of the year. I know it's talking about Terrence Shannon Jr. looking like the best wing in college basketball right now. And I have to say wing because he can't look like the best player because Zach Edey obviously is that. And Braden Smith, he didn't score a lot in this game, only 2 points, but man, he was doing a good job of passing it around. 8 assists, only 1 turnover. I mean, that's what you want to see. And it just looked like Purdue came out in this game mad, came out. They wanted to prove to everybody that they're better than, what they showed. And, like you said, Sonny, Mackey's on a different level. People don't play well at Mackey because it is just a really, really great arena, and it's very hostile to try and play in. So yeah. All right. Any more thoughts on this game, guys, before we move on?
Nope.
Listen to the Big Ten Huddle. Please do like and subscribe. We appreciate that. If this was your first time listening, we are the Big Ten Huddle. We cover all things Big Ten football and basketball. We have a long episode every Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, all at 9 o'clock. So come in, check us out, get in the chat, let us know what you're thinking. We would love to have you join us and learn more about the Big Ten.